All right, YouTube. So again, we're back on the El Camino. Today we'll be working on the 8A and 8B bars. I believe those what they are. I'm working on that today to put in the car. So I decided I'm going to use like a triangle um, layout for it. I already got one side done. I'll go ahead and show you guys that. And then I'll show you guys me putting in the other side. So I already did the driver's side. I have it tacked in. I just got to weld it fully in. And then we'll be working on the passenger side today. So just come along with my journey as we install the 8A and 8B bars. Thank you. And again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the video. Go ahead and check out the rest of my videos as we build the 825/5 cage in this car. We're using the factory frame, but we'll just be going video by video on different bars. So again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Thanks for everyone that's already commented, everyone that subscribed, everyone that liked. I enjoy the comments, feedback, or anything like that. Um, if there's something you want to see in the video that you got questions about, just let me know on the video and I can go ahead and show you guys or I can answer your questions. All right, YouTube. So like I was saying, we already got one side done. Well, not completely done. It's just tacked in there with a little bit of weld on each one. So we got that done right here. So like I said, I was going to, it's like a triangle or a pyramid if you want to say, like that. And I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. I got those two bars as how I'm going to make them. These did take a little while to make because I kind of messed up. So this bar was supposed to be over there, but I messed up over there. So this was a tighter area, so I was able to use it. So I'm gonna do the same thing I did here over there, where it'll come out just like that, the way it's laid out right there right now. And then we'll just go ahead and get all of this welded in, and then that'll be it for this video. Because like I said, I'm just gonna go through, and each time I do one bar, we'll go ahead and make a video about it. Um, this video kind of like gives me an idea of like the process of how I built the cage. The next bar that I'm going to be working on in another video is going to be the main hoop and the two down bars, which will be in different pieces. So it'll be one bar for the main hoop, and then I'll let you guys see that later on. But it's going to be a way that I do the front bars. It's not going to be just one whole piece. So like I said, we're just going to go ahead and record me getting these done. I'm gonna go ahead and start welding this side out. Well, actually, I'm gonna go ahead and start getting that one fitted up, that side fitted up, notching and everything like that, clean off the metal. Then I'll tack that, then I'll just weld both sides at one time. All right, YouTube. So, like I was saying, we're gonna make these two bars right here. So what I'm gonna end up doing is, like I did over there, I started on this one. We'll go ahead and put this right here. So what we're gonna do is, over there I started with notching this just at the very edge. But on this side I'm gonna try to do a little different because I have a angle finder. So let me just get that. All right, so as you guys see here, I have this angle finder. So what I'm gonna end up doing is I'm gonna use this bar right here as the main and then get the angle off of there. So as you guys can see here, I don't know if you can't see the screen, but it's saying 56 degrees. But what I learned is the notch that I have to do, I just subtract 90. So 90 will be going like this. So what I do is I subtract 90 from what I get, which this is saying 56 and a half. So I'll do 34 degrees. just to be on the safe. Well, I'll go 33 degrees on my notcher just to be on the safe side. Um, so when I notch that to 33 degrees, it'll give me the degree um, for this side. So what we'll do is, like I said, it's saying 56.5. So you can round that up. So if I round it up to 57, I just do a 33-degree notch on my notcher. All right, YouTube. So like I said, we gotta go to 33 degrees. So what I do is just go ahead and sit this here, tighten it up. I'm gonna tighten it up on this bar. And then just loosen this back one. And then we put our angle finder on there. So right now I have it angled at about 25 degrees. So what we'll do is we'll take it to 33. So right here will be 33 degrees. Now just tighten it back up. Verify again that it's at 33. All right. And then as you guys see, my notcher is I don't know if you guys can see it, but we have it at about 33 degrees. We're gonna go ahead and notch it for that one side. What I end up doing is I use this step stool here to notch it. I could lay it down, but it's harder to get the degree because of you need to have it up and down for the angle finder to work. So I just get up here, I just step up here, and it also makes it easier because I'm not putting that much force on it. Gravity is basically pushing it down. Get on this side of it so you guys can see. And as you guys know, if you ever did tube notching, it's gonna have a little bit of cleanup that you have to do, which is fine because I have I have this here that I use to clean up the tube. So that's what I'm gonna do now. All right, YouTube, as you can see here, we got it cleaned up. We already have the notch done. And then we'll just take it here. You just place it just like that. So that's the first angle. Didn't even take much at all. It already fit. The next thing I need to do, I need to go ahead and get the magnets to hold it over here, and then I have to measure over here, but you guys can't see it. Right there. I'll go ahead and see what angle it is, and then I also need to mark the tube to make sure I get it in the right spot. Alright, YouTube, on this side, again, we're going to go ahead and use the protractor. It's pretty much a ruler to get the correct angle for this here. So just turn it on, reach 0, and then I'm going to use this one as the main one, and then I'm going to go ahead and run it onto there. Alright, YouTube, so with this one, I'm getting 48.80. I'm going to go ahead and round that up to 49. So I have to notch it at 49 degrees. But then I also need to find out where at on the tube. So what I'll do is, since this is a ruler, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark it here. And then from there, I know where I need to go. I need to go about from there to about 12 inches. From this point to 12 inches is where I would start my notch. And like I said, came up to be 48.80. So we're going to go 49. So it'll be 41. So yeah, I'll set my notch to 41 degrees. Okay, like I was saying, I will set my notcher to 41 degrees, but we also have to take into account that the bar goes in like this. So this is one tube and the other tube is on the other side of this. So what I'll have to do is turn this to that side, put it in there and notch it so that once I turn it the other way, the notch will be on the other side because that's where the tube's coming in at. First, we need to go ahead and mark 12 inches from this point here, like I told you guys. And I'm gonna add a little bit to it because I don't, you can always take more off, but you can't add more. So you wanna add a little bit more tube to it. All right, so what I'm gonna do is line up the notcher a little bit back from that point. So what I do is I let the notcher come down and I just make sure it won't be hitting that point just yet. So as you can see, I don't know if you guys can see it, but right there I have the whole side notcher back from where that line begins at. So that if I have to clean it up, which this is an 1.5 inch drum sander, which is good for 1 5/8. So I could clean it up real good in there, keep moving it back when I need to. But first, we need to go ahead and get this locked in. And like I told you guys, we're going to go to 41 degrees. All right, YouTube, so we got an issue here. I can't go to 41 on here because the hole saw is already hitting it, and that's the stop for the hole saw. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to cut about that much off of here using the chop saw. Just cut it off a little bit and then put it back in there. So that's what we're going to do now. love that chop saw because it leaves a nice clean cut. And usually when I use that angle grinder or anything else, it leaves it hot. But as you see, it's not hot at all. So and then what I can do is, to make sure this will be in line, I can take an inch and I can take another piece of inch and I think this is 1.25 inches. Take another piece of it. I'll place it here. Then I'll take this here, put it on the side of it, and then we'll make sure it's at 90, which it is right now. So we're good on that. And then we'll just go ahead and, for one, I need to change the hole saw to 1 5/8 inches. I almost forgot that. I did that multiple times while doing the other side. So we're gonna go ahead and change it to this one here, which is 1 5/8 inches. So how I change it is I just twist it off of there. But as you see, I'm not gonna be able to twist it off because the tube is in the way. So take the tube out. Just backed it up a little bit. And like I said, I put it off a little bit. Probably gonna do a little bit more. Then we're gonna put this back on here. Make sure it's 90 degrees. All right. We'll just tighten it up. As you can see, we're already almost there. I just want it to be able to slide in a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean it up a little bit more because I want to be able to weld all the way around it like the other side. So I'm going to just clean it up some. I really just need to clean up this inside part here because that's where it's hitting at, because this other side is not sitting down yet. So I just go ahead and get my Dremel. So I get the Dremel and I'm going to hit this inside right here. I'm not trying to take off no material up here, just right here. something like this, it requires a lot of magnets. Do not go get the Harbor Freight magnets. I'm just gonna be honest with you. They're not that good. I got some different magnets coming on the way where you could just place it there. So we already finished one bar. That quick. So like I was saying, have the magnets there. This corner over here, I can get in there and well around there. So I'm going to leave that like that. But I just want it to be as far to the outside as I can. And we have it in there. And you guys can even see the fit up there. It's button up to the bar. So no gaps or anything. And then so what I do is I just keep this like this. Then what I'll end up doing is I go ahead and get the other side done. We're gonna go ahead and get the other side done on this side over here. I'm gonna go ahead and get this side done. Again, I just use the same method. I just put use that just use this here, make the other side, and then I'll turn you guys back on then when I get both sides in there. All right, YouTube. So like I said, got the other side done already. Look just alike. Fit up is good. Have good fit up. So now all we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys how I clean grinder. Have an attachment. I got a maroon belt on it. So what I do is I use the parts that come with the table. So I just push this on there, make sure it's on there kind of tight. Then I just use it just like this. Alright, YouTube, as you can see, bright and shiny metal. All you have to do is take your acetone, wipe those areas. And that's for both of these. So, number 1, 9, because I know I said 9A. 9 will be considered 9B because 9A is that one over there. But 9B, 6B. So the whole passenger side, if it's going to be a B on it, it'll be passenger, A is driver. So I'm going to show you guys how I clean up those bars right now. As you can see, we have it cleaned up. This area probably needs a little bit more cleaning up, but I'll go ahead and get that done. Everywhere else is cleaned up. And then also, you guys need to remember when you're welding, you have to put a hole in the tube to allow the exhaust gases to come out. Because if it builds up in there, when you're almost done, it'll shoot out. And that's what I did over there too, drill some holes in it. So I'm going to go ahead and drill one here, and one back here. And how I do that is I make sure that where the tube is going to land is where I drill the hole so that it won't be seen after the tubes are in. So I know up here they both land in this area. So let's see, it's the right one. So what we're going to do is go ahead and get a marker. Mark where I want the hole to be. And we'll see. The reason I put this one to be longer because I want to see if that one will line up there also, which I believe it will. So then I could just probably just drill straight through both sides. And then we'll do this one. Yep. All right, YouTube. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna go ahead and clean these areas up. I have some acetone that I'm gonna clean it up with. I'm gonna also clean off the bars with it too. And then we'll put the bars back in, get them where they need to be, put the magnets back on it, and we're gonna tack it in there. All right, YouTube. So this is the end result. Went ahead and got it welded up in there. It's not welded all the way because I'm running low on gas, but both sides in there real good. So that's pretty much it. Showed you guys how to install those two bars. It's pretty easy. With a better notcher, you can get perfect notches and pretty much just get it in there exactly how you want it. My next video will more than likely be about getting the seat mounted back in here because as you see, there's no floor. I already have an idea how that would go. Off the body, off the frame is going to be some mounts, and then off this bar to be some mounts. But I'll show you guys that when I get to that point for both sides. And then, yeah, that's pretty much what we're going to start working on next. So give you guys a up top view of both sides. All right, YouTube, that was it for today. We just installed the 8A and 8B bar. I'm gonna go ahead and get it welded up once I buy more gas. Right now I have an 80 cubic foot of argon. Thinking about upgrading that because we got a lot more welding to do. But like I said, in the next video, we're gonna have the seat mounts made. First I have to get the die for the bender so I can bend up the tube. I'm gonna bend it out of 1-inch tube on both sides for the mounts. And then we'll go ahead and get this Kirky seat put back in the car. And then we're just gonna keep making a video on each section that we're working on. Right now I'm just working on it as I go, little bar at a time, to not be overwhelmed, because at some point I have to get the floor back in there. But for now we're just working on just basically everything that will be in the way of the floor, so that when it's time to do the floor, I could go ahead and cut out the parts that I need to in order for everything to stay where it's at. But like I said, again, thanks for comment, and subscribing. Don't forget to comment, subscribe on this video. Don't forget to share this video. If you got a project you're working on, just go ahead and leave a comment on what you're working on. I know a lot of people are working on G-bodies. I do want to build another car after this. I want to build a street car that I ride around with music and everything in it and stuff like that. But for right now, I'm just working on the race car. We may be changing as far as dual fuel. We might just run methanol only because, like I said, this is a race car, and I'm thinking about getting another car. It might be like maybe an F body or something like that, just to have something different than a G body to work on. Because I like to work on cars. I want to work on any car. I've been looking at the Mustangs. They look pretty nice, but they're going for a pretty penny. So maybe a F body or a Malibu G body, Monte Carlo, something like that. But like I said, thanks for watching today. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. See you guys in the next one.